Yo, welcome back to the Registered Ranching Podcast. It's Tucker Brown and Willie Wardle behind the mic. It is a hot day in Texas. We're still number one in your hearts, and you know what's number one in mine is this ranch fuel I'm about to drink because I'm thirsty. Oh, gosh. You can hear that right through the headphones.
Oh, gross.
If you haven't got a ranch fuel yet, you need to try it out. Zero sugar, natural caffeine, no artificial colors, real cowboy.
Smells good, too.
Energy. It does smell good. We got a special guest you can already hear, but I'm going to keep you wondering just for a second.
Was I not supposed to talk? I'm so sorry.
No, you broke the rules. You broke the rules. Willie, we just got done with the sale yesterday.
I need to drink that just thinking about
One of the best, yeah. I think we're in this fog of no sleep and ranch fuel and caffeine.
I drank 7 ranch fuels yesterday.
A perfect day for me to be a guest.
Yeah, that is. It is a really good day for that. We're going to learn a lot today.
Here's what's not to do.
Yeah, things you have probably not heard before. But really good sale yesterday. Thanks to all who came out and mentioned the podcast. But just kind of became a part of the brand yesterday. Had a really good time at the 50th annual Ari Brown Ranch Bull Sale. And Willie that was your what, 4th one? 5th one? 5th, 5 up.
Mid.
Tom Brady has more rings than you do. Sale.
Not for long. I'm coming for him.
You
Tom, if you're watching this, I'm going to have more sales.
You think Tom Brady's watching?
Rings. It'd be pretty cool if you would.
It would be pretty cool.
Tom, I'm a big fan.
Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Registered Ranching Podcast, episode 16? 16.
It should be, yeah. 14 was your dad, and then tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, one going up tonight.
Ron Gill.
Dr. Ron Gill.
Dr. Ron Gill. Then this one.
And then we have another doctor. I call her doctor anyway. No. She got that dog.
Wait, are you actually? Are you a doctor?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
You gotta stop saying that.
Pretty much. I call her Dr. I want to welcome to the stage, the big stage in downtown Throckmorton, in the studio and behind the mic. Welcome to the Registered Ranching Podcast, Christina Chu.
Oh, guys.
You even got a little cheer.
I kind of want the...
Oh, you want the...
Oh, shoot.
Bad day to wear headphones.
What about this one? No, not that one either. Wait, hang on. I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Okay, there we go. Welcome to the show, though.
Thanks for
you.
All the way from Chicago.
You're not from a place that's close to here at all.
No. Yeah, I definitely had to hike a long way to come here.
You did come from the little town of a place called Chicago, Illinois.
Chirac.
It only took 5 minutes for someone to say something like that.
All the way from Chicago. You came to your first bull sale.
I did.
And it was a special celebration for us. But I don't know. I feel like a bull sale, for someone in the industry to go to a bull sale, I feel like it's more fun for people in the industry than someone who has never been.
Really? I felt the opposite way because I felt like for everyone it was just like another day of like a meeting, like another day of work.
Yeah.
And you were working, but I was like, I'm having fun.
You was just chilling.
I was just vibing.
You were. You were
I was hot though. Let me just tell you that I was sweating the whole time.
That's probably one of the hotter sales we've had in a while, both in price and in temperature.
There you go.
Good thing I was wearing my straw.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Was I not supposed to say that on the podcast?
You swapped literally the day of the sale.
There's tension.
Literally the day of the sale.
I do what I want.
The reason I joked earlier about calling you Dr. Chu is because you are a dietitian, which I have said wrong before on this podcast too. So, yeah, you've been mentioned on this podcast a few times.
I've heard. Yeah. And I actually have a bone to pick because when you guys had, don't worry about it. When you guys had Max on and you were like, oh, Christina, like there were some people who've never seen a cow before, like not even on the road. I have seen cows on the road before.
Oh,
I wave hello and I say, everybody look, oh my God, they're so cute.
So what you're saying is Tucker Brown is a liar.
So I lied.
No, I'm saying Max is a liar and he's not here to defend himself.
Max. Oh, call him out now.
I had nothing to do with that.
No, you're
safe.
color commentary. Yeah.
Everyone's had to see a cow at some point.
You're right. I don't know.
No,
the stat says
I grew up
50% of people who haven't seen one.
That's crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
Even on the highway.
Even
I,
real life.
I grew up in Illinois, so like you see that.
Yeah.
But it's just in passing. Like it's never up close. So
I grew up as a sweet prince of Bel Air, Maryland, and I saw cows. There's plenty of cows around there. But I guess like if you live in like inner city New York or one of those big cities, you never leave. Probably never gonna see
You ain't
cows.
seen one.
yeah. Well, now I'm cultured. So
You are cultured. So we met. Yeah. So tell them you're a dietitian. What else? What do you do?
Yep. So I'm a sports dietitian, which means that I work with athletes to help them with their diet, anywhere from youth to professional athletes, and just basically help them with their meals, snacks, hydration, supplements, timing, all that fun jazz. And a lot of it is just like, here's what I heard on the internet. And I'm like, well, this is either right or wrong for those reasons. So it's a lot. It's almost like counseling and like, I don't know why I'm so nervous to say therapy, but like
Yeah.
it's almost like that in the sense that you talk it out and you just kind of create a plan together as a team. But outside of the one-on-one counseling, I also do like team talks. So 60-minute with X team and going through their nutrition and like, yeah. So
Is it? Are you allowed to say like what teams or what type of sport you're?
I mean, I've worked with, I feel like all sports at this point at some different level. The big sport that I love working with is combat athletes. So fighters, jujitsu. Show 'em, Willie. Let's
That's
go.
what they do.
That was intense.
Did you help Conor McGregor out?
Totally, yeah. Me and Connor are besties.
That's pretty cool.
That was a joke for legal purposes.
To clear the water there.
Yep. But yeah, no, I love working with my combat athletes. So again, fighters, MMA, etc. I love it because there's two sports in one. They have to make weight and they have to do the actual sport itself. So it's a fun challenge.
I've never thought of the weight side as the part of the sport. Like
It's huge.
The part of the competition.
Yeah.
Like I know as the way up and the couple weeks before of whether it's fasting or I don't know what the correct words are.
This is fun to watch you like try and figure it out.
The either not eating very much or eating
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. And I try to stay them on or steer them. Get it?
Steer.
Hey.
Hey, I see what you did there.
When did you learn the difference between a steer and a bull?
July.
July.
Or whenever our trip was.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I still don't know the difference.
he knows the difference between a heifer and a cow-calf bear.
He
though.
does know the difference between a heifer and a cow. Yeah. Yeah. But didn't you? So when you came in, you said you brought something for us.
I did. So I brought a delicacy from Chicago, and I always say, Chicago can come to you, right? So you've
Okay.
been to Chicago.
I went, not too long ago for the first time,
a
which
couple
was
weeks
cool.
ago. Yeah, we saw each other. We see each other this frequently often.
Yeah,
So every 2
already
weeks.
3. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. But if you can't go to Chicago, I will bring Chicago to you.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I brought you guys a little gift.
Straight from the streets
scared.
of Chirac.
It's right back here.
Yeah, and not to shout Max again and give him more. I mean, I feel like he's been on this podcast so many times.
He's been twice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
twice.
I have him pull up a seat right there.
So
But he's
Mallard.
Malort.
That was like the most Texan thing I could have said.
Mallard. Anyways, this is Malort. It is a Chicago delicacy. And we'll leave it there. And I'll explain that there is a Malort 5K, which every runner takes a shot of Malort before you start your 5K.
Okay.
And then the winner gets one full bottle of Malort, no full bottles because of TSA. And then the loser gets 2. So I wouldn't smell it.
It doesn't smell bad.
I went, okay.
Why aren't you taking one?
You're not gonna take one with
I've been
us?
initiated already.
This is
There's more.
initiation.
There's more shots.
We're gonna take
There
it.
is more.
Yeah, there
Cheers,
is more.
boys.
All right,
Hey, this
ready?
is a party
Yeah,
talker.
are we like Chicagoans?
Welcome to Chicago. Yes.
Chicago.
Yes.
My lord. Wow, the after
The aftertaste is what gets you.
the afterburn. I love ranch fuel.
This makes me not want to even drink the ranch.
Is this what Iraq is? I mean, Chicago is like?
This is a delicacy.
How is that a delicacy?
I'm not going to the delicacy.
Voice is gone.
Like I know Baltimore gets a bad rep, but at least like our delicacy is blue crabs. Those things are good. God. Why is it still burning?
I think that's a joke. It's good. You should all go try it.
You should.
Billy's face.
I feel like I just took a shot of poison ivy. Like, I feel like my whole throat has poison ivy right now. And there's no way of curing it. Like, I bet you this is going to make
Has the heartburn set in yet?
Oh, great.
Oh, actually,
Thank
drink your ranch fuel. It does actually.
You're so kind.
It saved
You're
me.
welcome.
Well,
Welcome to Chicago. Congrats, you guys.
thanks
We're
for
in.
You've officially been. The deep dish pizza does not count. The deep dish pizza does not count.
It doesn't count.
No offense, but if this is Chicago, I'm not visiting.
I'm never going back.
I'm not going.
I was going to give you a cap, but not anymore.
I can't even move my tongue. The aftertaste comes back.
Oh, good
Amazing,
night.
you guys. The best part about a Malort is watching other people take it.
Oh.
God, gross.
Dude, I gotta get that out of my mouth. We'll keep that right there so we can always remember.
I'm sweating.
We'll always remember.
Oh, thanks, guys. That's me.
I'm gonna take the high road and not allow that experience to mess with my judgments on you. I think you're a great person still, but I hate
Every
that
time we
drink.
think of Christina, we're going to have a bad taste in our mouth.
Oh, actually.
I don't want a Malort ever again.
You saw my one and only Malort.
You
drink.
see why I didn't take one with you guys?
I
She
see
also
why
got.
now.
She also gave this card, which your boyfriend's mom makes.
Yep.
It's really check that out.
Oh dang!
Don't read it.
Why not?
That's weird.
Can I read it?
No.
It's really long.
Can you read, Willie?
No, I didn't graduate college.
Maryland.
That is actually really cool.
Yeah, so she hand makes these cards, and she's so, like, as you can tell, so, like, crafty and talented. So she sells them on Etsy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard about that
Landmark
place.
Creation. Yeah.
So as a dietitian,
Yeah.
is Malort good for you?
Oh, gosh. Listen, dietitians are allowed.
I'm sorry, I was trying to take my boots off.
I was
'cause
wondering what was going on over there, dude.
the Malorts are making me crazy. I'm getting crazy.
Wow, this went a totally different direction than I was planning on. Anyway,
Yeah, what an impression to leave with Malort. I'm like, goodbye, Throckmorton.
here's you a Malort.
Malort.
First time to Throckmorton too, obviously.
Yeah. One stop sign / late is crazy.
Is it crazy?
I think so. I've really honestly never been to a small town.
Really?
I've only heard about them in country songs.
There you are.
I didn't know that they were real.
And
There
this,
you are.
most small towns are bigger than this one too.
Yeah.
Really?
Most small towns are bigger.
Like,
than
look, the local county sheriff.
this. Yep.
An authentic experience.
Look at him checking in on right across the street at Allsup's. Downtown Throckmorton.
Where's our little
Yeah.
lawnmower guy?
Yeah, we've had a guy pull up on a lawnmower right here during the podcast one time.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it's fun.
Huh. With no grass.
But so, yeah, no grass. As you and I met at in July in Denver on a trip with NCBA, National Cattlemen's Beef Association, and they were kind of bringing two different almost.
Oh, it's starting to hit, you guys.
There were two different types of kind of what's the right word? Influencers, content creators.
Yeah.
That they brought together, and they brought together like ranching content creators and then cooks, kind of.
I would say like foodie, nutrition-esque. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people who raise the beef and then the people who tell others how to consume it.
Yeah.
Whether that's through nutrition or through cooking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
Because it was like the full story of the beef, and the content we create is quite different, and still on the same product.
The amount of like the way that my algorithm has changed since
that trip?
following you guys. Yeah, it's been wild. I'm like, oh wow, this is a different side of the internet that I'm not used to.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm getting all this like cowboy and like agriculture and
Nerds.
guns.
What did you learn most on that trip? That was your first time to a ranch? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. First time to a ranch. I feel like you can always talk about like the big takeaways or whatever.
Sure.
Right. And it's like where the beef comes from and, maybe misconceptions that are in the industry. But I think more of the takeaway was from like the smaller conversations that we've had, just the bus talks and the bathroom chats and what have you. And a lot of it was like I mean, I've told you this before, but like I didn't really grow up around agriculture.
Right.
Food just arrived at the grocery store and you don't really think twice about it. You don't grow up like take your tractor to school day, or we didn't have any of that. I don't know. Small town things,
Like
you know.
I think that whole part, well, like, is a good thing that maybe went a little too far. Like, it's good that you don't have to worry.
Yep.
Like, you can go to the store and you can get your food. In a lot of countries, there's a lot of people that would want that. Of like, I wish I could just go to the store and get my food. And so I think we have this problem that has just like gone a little bit too far. And I love that since COVID, more people are more interested in where their food comes from than in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And so being able to share that, and then you sharing, you know, more people are interested in their health probably since COVID too.
Absolutely.
Would you agree?
Absolutely. There's been plenty of studies done on that too, from a consumer standpoint of more consumers are now interested in their health. And health doesn't mean just nutrition, but it's also like your immunity, like during COVID, that was obviously very important. So people are like more aware of this. I think that can also be taken too far as well, in that a lot of people can be like hypochondriacs where they're just like, I sneezed, like I'm ill. And you're like, no, you're fine. So like there's almost a little bit too much of that sometimes, but it's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, were you a dietitian before COVID?
I passed my board exams like 3 weeks before everything shut down.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
I like literally just matrixed, you know, just barely.
Whoa.
Yeah. Skimmed it and
Before Chicago shut
Thank
down.
goodness.
Well, I was going to say
Chicago
everywhere, but I bet here it was totally fine. I was in Boston at the time.
Really?
Yeah. So
How long were you in Boston?
East Coast, right?
How long did you?
I was in Boston for 6 years.
My grandparents live in Boston.
Cool.
Y'all were probably best friends. Small
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, I hang out with grandparents all the time. Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. Your grandparents?
No, like you living in Boston.
But it was crazy. I mean, you're living in the city and everything was shut down. So I was like, why am I here? But I became a dietitian in 2020, February of 2020. So I've been a dietitian for like 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2024. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, coming up on 5, really.
That means I'm old.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
Boston University.
Ooh, BU. I've seen their
Terriers.
They're the Terriers? No, they're not. Oh, no.
What did you
The
think
Boston Terriers, duh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't want that as a mascot.
No, arf.
about Boston's a
Dog.
pretty
You
cool
did.
city.
You had
It's a
that
great
dog.
city.
I love Boston.
Yeah.
I'm a big Boston fan. Boston Red Sox, great. Superior football, superior baseball. I mean, come on now.
Oh my gosh. At the time, dude, I went to school there at 2014 to 2018. So it was peak, speaking of Tom
Yep.
Brady, peak Brady era,
That's right.
peak
That's right.
Red Sox era. I think the Bruins have always been good. And then the Celtics, whatever. But
Celtics are balling. They're
Yeah.
champs.
yeah. But back then they were just okay. But regardless,
Yeah.
it was, I remember being like, it was parade after parade. And I remember being like,
The duck boats.
we've got to stop. Like, I was like, I got to go to class.
Start the duck
Everyone
boats.
get out of here. I've got places to be. Stop crowding up the street. Like, after the 4th or 5th one, I was like, you guys, we got to stop winning. This is insane.
Have you ever heard of Wayland, Massachusetts? It's like east of Boston. No, it's west of Boston. You can't be east.
East of Boston
East is the ocean.
Atlantic.
They're on the harbor.
No, I haven't.
They live like
but
30 minutes, but yeah, Boston
Right.
is cool.
Yeah.
See, look, now I know. Now I feel like I know you more.
The
Look at you
Malort
go.
didn't
You have
help.
You have that
No.
East Coast. Now you can like cuss each other out and be friends.
Yeah,
I mean-
Is that how they go?
we got
Get ready
lop-
for that button.
I got to press the beat button.
got lobster.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, I'm from the Midwest, but I'm not. I don't think I'm like 100% Midwest. Going out to school in the East Coast, I was like, okay, this is definitely more my pace. Very fast, very blunt, very straightforward.
Yeah, people are very straightforward there.
I love that. And then I was like, all right, like I gotta go kind of a little bit back west, but I've got a little mix of both.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more of a fan of the people in Texas than anywhere else I've been.
What was your first? What did you texted me after you got off the plane
Yeah.
in Dallas Love Airport? What was your first impression?
First of all, you were the first person to tell me this, but then someone else was saying, "Oh, you flew into Dallas like good. Like
Yeah, Dallas
DFW is
Yeah,
Not great.
It's huge.
It's just
Yeah.
massive.
yeah." I mean, I feel like if I can figure out the subway system, I can probably figure out DFW.
No, you can. It just
It just
not
sucks.
fun, yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I texted you and I was like, as soon as I got off my plane, honestly, even just walking through that little tunnel thing, I was like, people walk so slow. There's no sense of urgency. It's like, I'm like, get off the plane, instantly go to the rental car, like, bathroom, just like lollygalleying. Like, they'll just stand. Just start walking, just stand and look
Just
around.
hanging out, standing in the gate.
Yep. And then the second thing was, wow, there's a lot of cowboy hats here. And then the double stack cowboy hats too.
Traveling with them.
Yeah.
Doing the double stack.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the official
No,
term.
that's it's
Yeah?
I guess I've never
got it.
thought of
I've
it,
been
but it
here
makes
2
sense.
days and
it
I'm,
describes it
yeah,
well.
I'm going to soon have a southern twang. Just you wait.
Ooh. What do you say? Molark now?
Stop.
Molar.
Malart. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Malart.
My lord. You got it.
Well, what does, going back to diet, how does beef fit into, I know you have different people and different specifications on each athlete. How does beef fit into, what does it bring to the table for your athletes?
Yeah. Well, honestly, when I talk about protein, really is the beef topic. As a dietitian, I feel like as much as you would want me to, I really do try and say like, let's get all types of protein in.
Yeah.
I think a huge criticism with dietitians is you'll hear like, oh, they're like paid off by big food. And I'm like, where's my check? Like, where is it?
I want it.
I want it. Like, okay, cool. But like, where is it? Like, I want my money now. That's not a thing. But anyways, like I believe in including all different types of protein into an athlete's diet. So of course there's always a sliding scale, but beef really fits in as a awesome source of lean protein. And then what I really emphasize beef with is the iron and B12. So as an athlete, they have higher needs for iron and B12 to prevent anemia, just given constant repetition and damage done to like the bones of the body. They just have a higher need. And so this is a great way to get it in to prevent them from becoming anemic. And that's a big thing. We're actually noticing an uptick of anemia just kind of from a global or a national standpoint.
Yeah.
And so like a way that we can do that is by consuming more red meat. Of course we can take an iron supplement, but like
Yeah.
I think you can make that argument with anything. It's like, well, then we'll just like supplement our whole diet. And like, seems a little silly. Plus it tastes good. So I'll really use it for that. Again, a great lean source of protein. And there's so many different ways that you can cook it. And I think the biggest thing is ground beef is just like the beginner, like high school, college, those athletes, I really try and get them to cook. I think it's an important life skill. And so, you know, searing a steak might seem really intimidating. You like live in an apartment with no ventilation, like you're going to smoke it up. Yeah. It's just not really I don't really think it's as beginner friendly. So doing a ground beef, I feel like is so like entry level. You just break it up, you season it. Please season your food. You guys, I can't take it. Please season your food. But it's such a like great beginner protein.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see. I mean, you can use it in everything.
Everything. Yeah. You can make like a really easy, I always say like a meat sauce. Oh my gosh. You guys and your quinoa.
Yeah, she had to teach me about quinoa in July.
What's
what
quinoa?
That's what I said.
I should have brought some, honestly.
No, not if it's like Malart.
After that stuff, I don't want no part of quinoa.
So I was with, whenever we were in July, we were with all the foodies and all the ranchies, I guess you could call them. And
Ranchies.
all the
Ranchies.
That's cute.
NCBA was cooking like really nice, lots of different styles of beef. They had like a Mediterranean style, was it a tri-tip or something like that?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Anyway,
Yeah.
beef. And then there was some quinoa with it. And they had all different types of sauces. And as they were talking, all the foodies are like, yeah, that's that seasoning. And I'm just like, tri-tip, nice. I don't know what anything else is.
Wait, so quinoa is a seasoning?
No, quinoa is like a grain, kind of like a rice.
It looks like a
what
rice.
rice is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know right.
Looked at me and I was like, wait,
Uncle Ben's. I was trying to imagine it.
does
Sorry.
Willie eat?
Sorry. I was trying to imagine.
It looks like a rice, but
Okay.
it's a little higher in protein, right?
Yeah. So it's like a little small circle, like tiny. And it's a really great source of protein, and it's also a carb source and fiber. So it's got a lot of great things in there. It's just different. Kind of like with the protein, like variety. I always encourage my clients to try and get as much variety in. I hear a lot of like food burnout. So you're like eating the same things over and over and over again. And so including different types of proteins, grains, vegetables can be like really helpful with that.
Yes,
so just trying out quinoa, trying out barley. Do we know that one?
I know
Barley, they make
I know
beer
it
out
for
of
drinks.
that.
Yeah. No, for drinks.
Back
I
to
don't
the
think I've
alcohol.
ever had that.
Yeah. You're like grapes, wine.
If you're a dietitian, what is the difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist?
Why don't you tell me?
I don't know. I don't know. I said a bad word. I said, what did I say? Dietitianist?
Dietitianist. And
Yeah, it's not a
we'll
thing.
never let it end.
Yeah. No, you don't live that down.
No.
But I accepted it right when I said it. I knew it was the wrong word in front of all the foodies.
Yeah.
But
Well, it was funny because you were like dietitian and you stopped and I was like, yes, we taught him right. And then you go ist and we're like,
messed it up.
shoot. Yeah. So I always say the harder one to say is the harder one to do. Like dietitian, I feel like is harder to like.
I need a harder name for
Obviously
rancher.
harder
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
but then a nutritionist is like pretty easy to like roll off the tongue. So a dietitian needs to go through your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, and then 1,200 hour internship. So kind of like a residency program that doctors have to do.
Is that the yes chef joke?
1,200 hours is like a lot of days.
Is that the yes chef joke that y'all were all saying?
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
That's from The
No,
Bear.
chef. That is from The Bear, which is also a Chicago thing.
Hands,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Corner.
He's been watching it.
Good show.
Yeah?
I
You
love
should come to
that show.
Chicago. You should try to. He's gonna think everyone out there is like shooting each other up and then just pounding Malort.
Yeah.
Like that's your only impression.
Like
of
at least in
Chicago.
Baltimore, we're shooting each other up and eating blue crabs. Like I can get down with that, but not with that stuff. Not gonna be a part of that.
Oh my gosh.
So a dietitian has all
Yep.
that, 1,200 hours.
Yep, the board certification, and then we are like regulated by the board. So it's like if you mess up, or not like if you mess up once, but like if you do malpractice, like someone will report you.
Like a doctor?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're a doctor?
Oh my! I walked right into that one.
You did.
I've got an interesting question since you seem like you're really knowledgeable.
Wait. That was a dietitian. So what's a
Nutritionist
nutritionist?
is anyone, so you guys can both be nutritionists.
Oh, all right, sweet.
Nutritionist
Look at
Tucker.
Okay, I'm in.
We're nutritionists
Willie.
now.
What's your nutrition advice as a nutritionist?
Nutritionist?
Eat beef
Yeah, I
and
think.
stay away from malors.
Sitting him.
Oh, man.
There's a T at the end.
Malorts.
Malorts. Yep.
I don't know if I have any nutrition advice, but
Would, yeah. Okay.
I just
And drink ranch fuel.
drink ranch fuel.
Yeah. Don't sleep and drink. What was it? 7 ranch fuels.
I didn't drink 7. I would die probably. I definitely had like 3 or 4 though. By the end, they were all spaced out throughout the day. But I
So
was,
that's the advice of a nutritionist.
There we go. We got it.
dietitian.
We got it.
Well, I would probably not recommend that.
what's it?
Okay, Willie, you had a question. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm curious.
Oh, wait. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I'm curious to see what your opinion is of the carnivore diet because I've heard a lot of people talk about it and I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah.
And I've considered maybe doing it, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I've got a lot of friends that have done it and it looks like they're doing great and they feel great.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on that?
Yeah. I think we were actually just talking about this.
We were.
Right?
Yep.
Right? When you messaged me, I was like, hey, I have
I'd
a
been-
diet question.
yeah,
And
'cause
I'm
I'd
like,
been
well,
doing it
been
for
there,
like-
done that.
I bet you
Just
have.
kidding.
Yeah, I've done it I did it for like 3 weeks and lost
Yeah.
the most weight I've lost in 3 weeks. I felt like in a good way. I was like, is this too much?
But I don't want to lose weight. I want to gain weight. I'm trying to get jacked.
Yeah, you're trying to get big and swole.
You're going to have to pay her for
Exactly.
that information. Sorry.
Really? How much?
Yeah. We're billing right now, honestly, at an hourly rate. I'm just kidding.
Great. I'm going to have to leave now.
No, but honestly, I feel like this is part of like the people are thinking about their health and their nutrition.
Yes, ma'am.
I honestly really don't advise to do the carnivore diet because it is lacking our plants and it's not an either or. Are you carnivore or are you herbivore? Why don't we do both? Like, that's the thing. Like, there's so many good things about the carnivore diet. Don't clip just that. And there's so many good things about, plants. Like, we need to have the both of them together.
It's like a black red. It's like a black Red Bull.
Yep. The hybrid vigor.
We like black cattle. We like red cattle.
Put them
Here,
together.
I'm going to go Donald Brown. We've been blending the best of the two breeds together for 25 years. Sorry, go ahead.
Cows that pay and steers that stay. It's
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang it, dude. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to take these off.
Dude, that beep is so loud.
I already can't hear worth a darn.
That beep is so loud.
Oh my gosh.
So both.
But both. Yes, exactly.
So like steak and veggies?
Totally.
I do really like
quinoa.
carrots.
Yeah.
I love carrots. Especially like when you like steam them.
It was so random, I feel like.
You said like steak,
I know I did.
steak and
I did,
veggies,
yeah.
and then that's what my mind just went straight
I need
to
you to clip
that.
it with like that meme that's like, I like turtles.
I like turtles. Dude, carrots are good. Golly, I'm craving some now. I gotta go to Walmart.
Dude,
You would not survive the carnivore diet then.
No, I
can't do
well, I
anything
hadn't done it yet
vegetables.
because like if I did it, like I wanted to be all in. But
Yeah.
Also-
but I'm saying like you don't need to be all in because that's like too extreme and it's like for what? You know? Like even the guy who really started the carnivore diet, he's not on it anymore.
What's his name?
Paul,
Peterson?
no,
Oh.
Paul Salad.
Who am I thinking
I
of?
don't-
The Peterson guy.
oh, Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
Oh, yeah, another one.
He talks a lot about it.
Yeah.
Or his wife or something. Loves it.
I mean, to each their own, right? That's the big thing is like
Yeah.
if you find something that works for you, then do it.
But you kind of went to school for this, so like I wanted your opinion.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes people don't care. Like, what do you know? I'm like, oh, cries.
Kind of studied it.
Yeah, kind of Lily cried over it. Like,
I
beating
went to
it
so
into
many
my brain.
parades to go to this school.
But I always like, first of all, you're missing a lot of great things. So the plants have their like anti-inflammatory phytonutrients. Those are big fancy words, I know, but it basically protects your body from damage. And then we're missing fiber, which is, I think fiber is going to be the new protein, honestly.
Really?
I've heard it here. You guys have heard it here. But I think fiber will be like the new protein in the sense of like how important people like really perceive
Attention
it
to
to
it
be.
and stuff.
Exactly. So you know how there's protein cookies and cakes and everyone's
Yeah.
adding protein into things?
Yes,
I think fiber is going to be that.
Okay.
But
the
anyways,
next diet craze.
yeah, exactly.
So you're not necessarily saying that one's more important than the other. You're just saying that
Both.
we kind of get focused on one and like, all right, we need all this protein, and everyone
Yeah.
jumps on that like protein, protein, protein. So you're
Yeah.
saying the next thing's going to be
Yeah.
fiber.
I think what you don't see is also like, I mean, there have been times where like the carnivore, whatever, will have like their Facebook groups and people are like, my cholesterol shot through the roof, or like when I tried glycerides are now high because I went on this diet. Like this was the only thing that changed. I think the part that's hard for me is like, there's just no accountability. Like he can just say whatever he says, but like if
Yeah.
I tell people to do that, like I would get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, whatever, but that's a conversation when I take a shot of Malort. Let's be honest. I'll let it rip. But I think to answer your question, I probably wouldn't directly recommend it, but it would be like eat your meat and your vegetables. But anyways, eat your protein, eat your vegetables, eat your grains, like do it all. And I think a lot of people feel better on a carnivore diet because they're eating food. Like we were talking about that, not to put you on the spot.
No, we
but,
were.
like,
Yeah, I'm in.
we were talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Of what was your diet like before? Were you having all of these processed foods or like highly palatable foods? Probably yes. And then now
Probably.
you eat more fruits and vegetables. and,
What's highly palatable? Like what? Give me.
like Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
Okay, I got you now. It's like
Yeah.
stuff that's just packed with a bunch of artificial flavors.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Versus, just more whole foods whenever possible. I don't think we can go fully unprocessed. Like, what does that even mean? All foods are processed. I mean, you don't like stick a fork in one of your steers.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's true.
So that's technically processed, but like basically like packaged foods.
Yeah. Real foods.
Real food.
Real food.
Honestly.
It's kind of crazy. I literally just had this conversation. We have a bunch of these guys that are coming and picking up their bulls this morning, and I was talking to one of the interns about like I really like want to do something different with my diet because like I've been trying to go to the gym, trying to be healthy, but then I'll go to Allsup's and get me a chimichanga, and it's like
Have you ever had the beef and bean burrito? All famous.
No, but should I?
I feel like you should. It's like eating the deep dish in
yeah.
Chicago. Like, is it the healthiest thing for
Throckmorton's.
you?
Yeah.
No, but
Bean and cheese burrito?
beef and cheese.
Oh, beef and
beef and
cheese.
bean. Sorry,
Wait,
protein, baby.
beef and beans
Yep.
burrito.
Beef and bean burrito. It's the only fast food.
Oh, that's a hard one to say.
It's the only fast food we have in town.
It's Throck.
But it's like the Allsup's world famous beef and bean burrito.
World famous.
It says it on there.
Whoa. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet, but maybe I should. And then I've also heard I should try Whataburger.
Oh yeah,
Whataburger.
go to
There's one in the
Whataburger.
airport
Oh boy.
that you can get.
That was low.
Do you? When's is the airport today?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, yeah, you can get Whataburger tonight.
Yeah, maybe I'll have that for dinner.
Yep. Yeah, you can.
And then I gotta stop at a Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
There's
you
one
got it.
on the way to the airport.
There is
too.
on
You go,
the way to
think, through
Dallas Love.
Grapevine, maybe
Yeah. Well, no, north, near Denton.
Denton. I try.
Yeah, you can stop on both of those.
There you go. Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
The Texas delicacies.
That don't make you.
Want to vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So why do you think all these new things have come out? Is it like just taking things too far since COVID or what?
Yeah, I honestly, that's a great point. It all just kind of like boomed after COVID. I will say though, it always has been around, like the Jenny Craig's, the Weight Watchers.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah.
been around. It just like keeps rebranding. The cabbage soup diet. Like there's always a new diet. I don't know what the exact number is, but it's like billions of dollars of an industry. So it's like, it's not going away.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
gonna
and I
continue.
always tell my athletes, like the best thing to do is to be able to learn how to tune out the noise and do what's best for you. Because if you keep hopping from diet to diet, like they're winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're just giving them more money. Like you're not really helping yourself, and then you just end up sicker. And studies have shown that when you swing back and forth from diet to diet, even with my fighters, I tell them this, every time that you cut weight and then gain it right back and cut weight and do those big swings, your metabolism basically weakens and it gets worse.
Wow.
So like, it's not a good thing to be really low, then really high, and like constantly change your diet. That's why like the sustainability piece, which I think is huge in both of our industries,
Yep.
Yeah.
is so key when it comes to like your diet and nutrition.
I've got
Like,
so many questions now.
let's do it.
Hit them.
I guess like the first one that might answer just this one question would just answer all the questions was like, so someone in my Willie, how would you go about creating a diet for Willie that's balanced but also like would it be like different meals every single day, or
I mean, it depends, right? Like
probably the less meals is better for me because I'm a
Yeah.
very simple man.
right. And honestly, some people are like that, and some people are like, if I eat the same thing every day, I might lose it. They need the variety.
Okay.
Of course, from a diet perspective, I always say like food is the original multivitamin. So people are like, what vitamins should I take? I'm like, well, let's try and diversify your diet. But that's a huge step sometimes. So if the first thing is like, let's just get a structure down, we can worry about that part later. I think what's hard, and I would like love to know what your experience is like when you're working, you're out, like you don't have like a lunch break.
We try to. Yeah, we try.
For
It's
legal
never,
purposes.
Past couple of days we haven't, but
we haven't. Yeah, on
Right.
really busy days we don't, but we try to typically have. We try to
Whoops.
typically have a lunch. It's never at the same time though.
yeah.
Right.
Never at the same time. Sometimes it's at 11. Sometimes it's at 2.
Right. Which is also a challenge, right? So
Yeah.
let's say like the lunch is kind of unpredictable, but at least even like breakfast can be, because I'm assuming that you have to show up at the same time.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's like something that you can control. So breakfast is a tough one. A lot of my athletes struggle with it. It's early. Nobody wants to eat.
Yeah,
And
that's what
like,
I've found.
Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, well, I'm also human. Like I wake up too, and I don't want to eat. But it's like we all go through this, and you have to, given the fact that your energy needs, your food needs are so high because you're so active. I was actually talking to Joe about this. We were just chit chatting.
Joe Lowe.
Joe Lowe.
Shout out.
Hey. Oh my God, where is he based out of?
Kentucky.
But we were talking about this of how it's basically just when you're ranching, it's like a constant zone 2 cardio. Like you're constantly doing something and moving. You might not be competing as an athlete in the sense of like a ball game, but you're still, your job depends on your performance. And so getting that breakfast in the morning is so key, because lunch might be at 11 or it might be 3 hours later at 2, and that's a long time. So I would really like, honestly, when I work with my clients, it's super individualized. So I'm like, what makes sense for your schedule? As much as I have studied and learned about nutrition, I always like to say I'm the expert in nutrition, but you guys are the expert in you. So I don't know anything about your lifestyle and et cetera and your preferences, but like it's my job to learn that from you. So you have a lot to offer, and I have a lot to offer from the nutrition side. So I'd figure out your schedule, like what would make sense. And then if we're not hungry in the morning, the biggest thing is it might be really hard to eat, but like, can you drink a smoothie? Like, can you drink a protein shake? Because think about it. It's a lot easier to, let's take a really easy example. Apple juice versus an apple. You're going to chug an apple juice. But to chug an apple it's a lot harder to do. So drinking is a lot easier to get those calories in when we don't want to.
Yes, ma'am.
Now that can also be a challenge of if we have a liter Coke.
Yeah.
That's easy to chug, right? And that might not be great from a lifestyle perspective, but in the sense of, let's say you're not hungry in the morning, that's a really easy solution.
Is to do a protein shake.
Is a chug Coke.
A Coke, a soda.
Chug a Coke.
Yeah, no.
and now like going back to the carnivore diet, like say like I'm not doing the carnivore diet, but like in my situation, like one, I already love beef, big beef guy. Two,
I hope so.
Come on.
it would be crazy for me not to eat a lot of beef because it's readily available.
Yeah.
So is it fine? Is it necessarily bad? Say like if I drank a protein shake, maybe had a couple eggs or bacon or something like that for breakfast, but then for lunch and dinner every single day, I had beef. Then mixed in some veggies. Is there anything wrong with that if it's well balanced still?
No, yeah, I think it's well balanced. I think the thing that's missing there is like your high fiber carbs.
Okay.
So the quinoa, back at it again. But even things like corn, beans. Now I'm honestly thinking about that
Beef and
burrito, and I'm like, wait.
I can get some bush baked beans, have me a little ground beef,
Yep.
and then my carrots.
Oh my god,
Is that a good?
That's
Is that a
Pitbull
good
food right there?
Pitbull food.
Is that not a good combo?
No, it's good. Yeah.
I was confused about the pitbull.
No, I don't know if you guys have seen that little meme flying around.
No.
It's like some guy was mixing ground beef and bananas together.
What?
Yeah, in the.
I'm out on that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
I'd take
then-
another shot of Malort's first before I did that.
Gross. But like everyone was like, oh, so people were like making fun of in the comments of like, is this what you feed a pit bull for his birthday?
Oh.
I see now.
Yeah. But no, honestly, that's super balanced. I say like trying to get 3 things at your meals: a protein, which you've got covered, boom; a vegetable, which carrots
Yeah.
is it, I guess.
I love carrots.
I know what to get you next time.
Carrots.
Steamed carrots.
And then try and get some type of carb in at your meal. There's nuances and flexibility with that, but
Yes, ma'am.
especially for my athletes, it's like, let's get it in at every meal. And especially if you're going to go out and work all day and your work is physical, not sitting at a desk, like that's definitely important.
Yes, ma'am.
Something to keep in mind is that your brain uses anywhere from 100 to 120 grams of carbs per day. That might not make sense, but that's like 8 slices of bread.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
No
And
wonder
you
I
can
haven't
make
been
it.
smart.
You can convert you can have a plan B. If you don't get it in through your diet, your body will make it because the brain is so precious. But like, why go against the grain and like break down other parts of your body to make it when we can just get it in through our food?
Makes sense.
So
So carbs aren't all bad.
no, I say that.
So like the keto diet of taking that away
Yeah.
can be a short-term, I don't know if a short-term diet is the right way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like no, you described that perfectly. The keto diet was honestly intended for children with epilepsy. So, so it's really cool. It actually decreases their like prevalence of seizures. Something to do with the pathways and you see the effects of if a kid goes off of keto, like they will start having seizures again. But this keto diet is so regulated. It's like, I think 90% of the calories come from fat. So it's not like a cute little, like, oh, I'll do keto Monday through Friday and then like whatever on the weekend. It's like they have eggs and then put mayonnaise and butter and oil on their egg. It's like not good tasting at all.
Wow.
But that's what they need in order to prevent them from
Yeah.
diseasing.
Golly.
Yeah. So that's like the true keto diet. And I'm like, all right, y'all want to do keto? Like, let's see it. Let's see it.
All right. We'll find out.
So
But,
for
yeah.
for the cowboys and the guys in the people in our industry
Yeah.
who may be listening, is there a like you have an understanding of our schedule that a lot of us may run by, which is like managed chaos. And then there's a lot of people in our industry that get beef as a form of payment.
Really?
It's a part of the payment.
I'll take it.
And so like for us, we get a beef a year in payment. And by beef, so one animal per year.
Yeah.
And so my freezer is full.
That's awesome.
And so we were prepared for COVID. We were prepared for COVID because we already had it.
Yeah.
And quite a bit. That's a pretty typical form of payment in our industry.
Cool.
So we have that's why you said beef readily available. So lots of people in our industry have that.
Yep.
Kind of a wild schedule. What is we talked about the carrots, vegetable stuff. I feel like breakfast is such a challenge in our industry.
Yeah, because you wake up at.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's saying it.
It actually wasn't really that early today because there's only so much you can do when it's dark.
We get there about
start at 6:30. Have your horse saddled at 6:30. We're gonna try and get over there about 7.
Yeah.
Daylight's up, so now you can actually read tags.
It just depends on the sun and when we can start. So
Yeah.
But like, do you have some suggestions for it? Like, if you talked about breakfast being that important for our industry, what are some suggestions that you could give of types of breakfast?
Yep. So the smoothie is like a go-to. I recommend it all the time, of the sense that you can put protein in there. Greek yogurt is a great source of protein and also calcium, vitamin D, blah, blah, blah. Not paid by Big Greek Yogurt.
Where's the check?
Where's the check? Honestly, at this point, yeah. But throw in some fruit in there, like get your carbs in, but also get the anti-inflammatory. I feel like that's such a big buzzword, but like the anti-inflammatory properties. I'm thinking if you're out there all day, like oh my God, you guys, I'm sweating. It's so hot out. But like if you're out like working in the field or whatever, like you're breaking down muscle tissue, you're experiencing a lot of like sun damage and physical damage, and then like mentally too, it's probably like a lot of mental stress. Having those fruits and vegetables can basically like help protect against it, which is kind of cool. So you can really throw that in and really bulk up that shake. Like you can add peanut butter, and
then I can get jacked. That's where the jacked comes.
Yeah.
So like an idea of you're saying it really officially. So like, or not officially, like really scientifically proven words.
Yeah.
So if you were to break that down into a way that Tucker Brown can understand it.
Breakfast is important.
You said Greek
breakfast,
yogurt.
good.
Yeah, like Greek yogurt, one of your favorite shakes. So like Greek yogurt, what'd you say?
Frozen
some peanut
fruit,
butter.
Yeah, peanut butter. Like you can do like a strawberry, banana, and peanut butter shake.
Oh, heck yeah. What's your stance on protein powder?
I don't mind it.
What about creatine?
Love creatine.
Heck yeah, I got a creatine in my truck. I have it in my truck, and like every morning, like I'll forget, so I'll just before we start.
So you just put it in the blender, like put some
you
Greek
can blend
yogurt,
it up. Yep.
blend it,
Yep.
take it on the run.
And it'll taste delicious and cold.
That'd be good right
Making
now.
me hungry right now. Also skipped lunch.
Yeah, we didn't skip lunch.
You want to go get bean burrito? I keep saying
I don't think I can't eat that now after this conversation.
Why?
It's good.
Is it not healthy?
No. I mean, think about it. It's beef, beans. What else they put? Cheese?
No
Fried.
cheese.
It's like a fried burrito
it's
deal.
a fried burrito.
A fried burrito.
I'll have to show you. It's hard to explain.
How do you fry it?
I don't feel good after I eat them,
think
but
there's
I'm
like
not hungry anymore.
I don't know if it's like a crispy tortilla
Yeah,
around it.
I don't know what it is.
I actually don't know what it is.
A lot of grease.
I
Maybe
know it's
not.
not like there should never be an Allsup's beef and bean burrito diet. Like that should not be a thing.
You will die.
You
It's
will
like,
die.
what was the
But I feel
McDonald's
like you have
one?
to try it.
The McDonald's documentary.
Like if you had deep dish pizza every day, it would not be good for you.
It would probably be better than that, though.
How long do you think you could survive? Like if all you could eat was Allsup's burritos, how long would you give me?
That's a shower thought, man. I don't know.
Dude, that is a shower thought, is it not?
Yeah.
But golly, like I'm thinking about it, is like 30 days, 40 days. I bet you in the last 5 years.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you could last 5 years on beef
I
and
could
bean
last
burrito.
5 years on
Oh
beef
my
and burrito.
gosh.
I'm not saying I'll be
You'll be so unwell.
I'll be very unwell.
That's a
but
clip right there.
I can do it.
What do you think gets people the most? What is the food that gets people the most? Like our country is one of the fattest countries in the world. What do you think it is? Is it our lifestyle? Is it our nutrition? What is it?
I think
Maybe a mix of both?
I think it's all of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never just one thing.
Right.
You don't just look at a nacho cheese Dorito, and you're like, you're the problem. Like,
They all good.
no. I said nacho cheese in particular because I'm a Cool Ranch girl.
Oh, Cool Ranch is way better. Mm-hmm. I'll give it
What do you think?
blue bag.
Nacho
Blue.
cheese.
I actually like the buffalo spicy ones. You ever had
What?
them? The Doritos that
What
are
in the Texas is that?
It is the Casey Mitchell gets them all the time. He's the one who introduced me to them. I typically don't get those.
You can always trust a person with two first names.
Casey Mitchell.
When their last name is their first name, you can always trust a person like that.
Is my last name a first name?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, who are we trusting?
No, Casey Mitchell.
Oh,
He might be
one.
here.
There you
Actually, I
go.
saw his truck
Yeah,
go
he
by.
probably is.
He's
here
a
when we were
man.
Here. But
Anyways, sorry.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
Either
Oh,
Doritos, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
Yeah,
What do you
no,
think
I
this
mean,
be?
I don't think it's just food related. Like you said, it is a blessing that we have food so readily available. And to give some perspective on the other side of the world and the urban environment, we have a Whole Foods and a Mariano's right across 2 grocery stores. A Mariano's like a Kroger, Whole Foods and a Kroger on the same block.
Mm-hmm.
And people in my building still order Whole Foods delivery, which means they don't go over this to walk across
All
the
across
street.
They can't do it.
Somebody has to just push the cart, honestly, across the street to go get food. So that's like the other extreme of like, whoa, food is like too available. Like this is,
Y'all need to get out and work for
you
some
guys
of
need
this
to
stuff.
walk.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing in the city is like, I'm making generalization, but I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people
Yeah.
just aren't walking. That's why like the 10K a day, like that kind of is helpful, but like people just aren't moving as much, given our jobs are just so sedentary. And then it could be also the food. It could be also the stress, and I don't know. It's honestly multifactorial, which means
Yeah.
so many different like avenues. But I mean, the rates are definitely increasing, which research has its like downsides to it as well. But I think what honestly scares me is that type 2 diabetes in kids is rising, and type 2 diabetes is something that you develop later on. It's like an old person disease. I'm saying very lightly because I don't want to offend anybody,
Quote on-
but
or
like
what do you, in quotations?
yes, so that'll fix it.
Yeah.
But like that's a disease that adults should have.
Yeah.
Not oh my
Not should have. It
gosh.
should be adults
But-
that have it.
Gotta have
Exactly.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't clip that. Get her. But like kids are developing that. So that's
Okay.
where I'm like, all right, this is not okay. Like something needs to happen. So that's more on the public health aspect of things. But yeah, I really do think that it's not just one. I think it's lifestyle, it's diet, it's stress, it's access to food, right? Even Max and I were talking about, he was like, it's kind of almost like a food desert here. I mean, not really,
Yeah.
but kind of, when the only store that you have is a Dollar General.
Yeah.
But I've been to Dollar Generals before. But like you can find options there. It's just, why would you want to buy the can of beans when the Flamin' Hot Cheetos are there?
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
comparing the two and you're like, well, I would rather eat the Cheetos than the beans. So I don't know. It's a lot. I think a lot of people are like, it's the food, and then people are like, it's
Yeah.
the people. Like, there's no discipline, and I'm like, I don't know. I think it's a little mix of both.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to like how bad you want it. Like it's easy to sit here and be like, oh, I want to eat healthy, but it's like anything. Like
Yeah.
normally what's best for you is a little bit harder to do.
Exactly.
And it's easy to, like, when you are on, like, I'm going to eat healthy, and then you have a hard day work, and you're like, chips
Man.
and queso.
Yep. Yep.
If there were chips and queso weren't a thing, I would be 20 pounds lighter. Like, I swear.
Really?
That is my
Yeah.
chips and chips.
Is
and
there
salsa
anything
and
wrong
queso.
though? Say like, Tucker's been on doing the whatever diet. He's doing really well. Long day.
You are
He has
doing
chips-
well.
He has chips and queso. Is that necessarily a bad thing to eat those things every once in a while? Like in moderation?
In moderation. Exactly.
Moderation's the answer there.
Yeah. So think about it. Let's say you have 3 meals a day, 7 days a week.
It's 21 meals.
There you go. That's that
math.
Baltimore
Dad's a math
education.
teacher.
Yeah, MSA.
Carry the one. But like that's one meal, one snack. Like it's not a big deal. I think where I really challenge people is like, are we always leaning towards food as like an emotional response?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes I just like it because it tastes good.
That's great. I mean, it should taste good, right?
Yeah.
It releases like positive hormones.
You know, the cool part about this is that it talks about this in the Bible of using food as like a gluttony, using food as like what you depend on more than like your faith in Jesus.
Yeah.
And so whenever, instead of like you're stressed and you're like, I need a taco, I need to go to Taco Bell. I need
a beer.
I need a beer.
I need a Malort.
Yeah. And so that, like whenever we're trusting in food to answer our, like, be our sense of peace, when really that just like ruins us.
Yeah.
Now you're a beast.
It's not even just from like a body or weight standpoint. It's just like that's not always the healthiest emotional response. And I don't want that to be pivoted to the other side of remove all emotions from food, because there are moments where, like sometimes you really need a good chips and queso, but then after that, like it's done.
Yeah.
Like you feel better, but it's not like I'm going to eat until I feel overly full and like
See, that's
that
what
I
I
don't
do.
feel good. Oh my
That's
god.
what I do with chips. Hey, I like to make a smoked corn dip,
Oh, it's so
Wow.
good. It's so good.
and then I devour every single chip with it.
I saw that in your eyes. You like
Every
It's so good though.
It's
Golly.
really?
I don't
Next
make
time.
it all the time, and so if
it's-
you ever make it back down, I'll make you my smoked corn dip,
Yeah. I mean,
and maybe
Carly invited me back.
Yeah.
Max invited me back.
we got a place. So whenever and your boyfriend can come too.
Yeah, Jakey Poo.
You can come stay in
Jakey
the
Poo.
what do you call it? The
You think
bungalow.
he'll be mad if I call him that?
He's pretty like what's the word? Where he's like big, but he's like docile.
Yeah,
Where he's like
yeah.
whatever.
He can come show me some workouts so I can get jacked like him.
He is jacked.
He's jaked.
He's jaked. He's very
Jaked.
jaked.
I get it now.
There you go.
No, you
Baltimore,
Chicago,
baby.
You Chicago. You know us people from the streets. We get the humor for real, bro. For real.
If you're a dietitian, does
Yeah.
it mean you're good at? Does it make you good? Part of that make you good at cooking?
Yeah. Are you good at cooking? Are you like the bear?
I am the bear, actually. Yeah.
That's such a good show.
It's a great. Have you seen it?
No.
Is there? There's a season 4 coming, right? Because
There's
it kind of
gotta
left
be.
us at a cliffhanger. They can't do that.
Season 3 was anticlimactic. I didn't want
No,
it.
I didn't either. But the
No.
first 2, like, it made me like want to get obsessed with something and just be like the bear.
Don't worry, listeners.
I wasn't gonna
I don't
cook.
know what they're talking about either. So
We're talking
I'm
about a
watching How I Met
TV
Your
show.
Mother.
It's good.
Okay.
still, again, and The Office
Oh my.
That's a classic. That.
gosh, great show.
and Friends.
What about?
Oh my gosh.
Not
Comedy,
How
I
much
think.
time do you have?
I think I just rotate between those, but I think comedy is my
Yeah.
emotional response.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love comedy. Like
Yeah.
comedy or
Eating
Band
chips
of
and
Brothers.
queso, watching The Office.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
As
Or
long as
Band
I
of
don't have
Brothers.
Malart.
Band of Brothers is good.
Yeah, band. Okay.
We've been talking
Willie
a lot
got
about
me
World
in
War
on
II.
World War II history, and I've once you turn 30.
That's what I was going to school for was history.
Really?
Then I dropped out and moved to Texas.
Once you turn 30, and someone told me that they're like, once you turn 30, all you worry about is World War II and smoking beef, and I was like, dang it. Yeah, you're right.
I haven't got the smoking beef part yet, but
You're not
the,
there yet, though.
Yeah,
the
you're
World War
25.
II stuff, like I've been into that since I was
mid.
like 10.
Mid.
Yeah, I'm mid
Mid-20s.
20s. What about chocolate milk? Is chocolate milk safe? Is that good? Like, once if I drink like one chocolate milk a day.
I can't.
What? I gotta know.
Carrots, chocolate milk.
He went from World War II to chocolate milk.
Because like I thought he was about to end the podcast. I was like, I gotta know about chocolate milk, and I know the viewers need to know about chocolate
No,
milk. Too.
I honestly love chocolate milk.
I'm sorry, that was really random. It's the Malorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly love chocolate milk. Not sponsored by Big Milk.
Yeah.
But like, if I drank chocolate milk every day, is that bad?
No.
Okay.
It's a great protein, great carbs, also great electrolytes too.
Really?
Okay, that was another thing. So not me spinning this now too, but anyways, to answer your question, yes, love chocolate milk. Really also great at making a poor man's mocha. So chocolate milk and coffee. Just a thought.
Never done it.
I'm about to
should
get
try
all
it.
subs after this. Before we go back to the loadout.
How do you make a healthy chocolate milk? Hang on, before you answer that. Okay, so you were gonna spin it.
Oh my God, I don't.
What
Oh,
were you
you
gonna
said
spin?
no. You said a healthy chocolate milk.
Yep, healthy chocolate milk.
Yeah. Just drink chocolate milk. Why do we gotta complicate things?
I know,
Yeah.
but what do you do?
Chocolate milk's
Do you use
already
like the
perfect.
powder, or do you
Why do we gotta complicate things?
use the powder, or do you?
I feel like I just buy it pre-made.
Yeah,
buy it at
Allsup's has a really good chocolate milk.
This
That's
is
the one
not
I
an
get all the
Allsup's
time.
ad, but I'm sure you guys are
We're
down
looking
for
at it.
sponsor.
It's right
It's literally right there.
I would be down for an Allsup sponsorship. If
Wow,
it
that'd
was-
be awesome.
They shared the post that I'm.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
You got to clip this then.
They have, like-
Allsup's, we a dietitian loves your stuff.
Thumbs up.
The registered ranching's Instagram has more followers than Allsup's Instagram. I'm not sure if it's the actual Allsup's account, but it looked right.
It did look- yeah.
I mean, even that logo looks a little. I won't say anything. Sorry.
Okay, so your first sale,
Yes.
first bull sale,
Yes.
50th annual bull sale,
Yes.
which was a good one. What was your
It was great.
experience?
Oh my God, it was awesome. It was the first day, I was not going to lie. I drove for the first time in a long time. And then I sat there. So I was like, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot to take in.
Yes, ma'am.
Got a good night's sleep. And then I felt a lot. I was like, okay, I've done this once. I can do it again.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought it was a really great experience to be able to see that. And for me, I love to be a fly on the wall. Mm-hmm. So I love to observe. Also, I'm like, everybody's working. Like, I'm not going to interrupt or anything. But there were 3 things that I've noticed as
Okay.
like an outsider, if you will,
Yep.
going to their first bull sale. Number 1 is everybody wears a hat. All the guys wear a hat. I counted 2 guys that did not wear a hat.
Yeah, it's either a hat or a ball cap. Like they're
Exactly. Well, I
they're
can't
gonna
wear
wear
a hat.
Yeah,
Something is
I
on
agree.
their head. It's either a cowboy hat or it's a ball cap. That's it. And I'm like, what are you guys hiding under there?
Not much hair.
I was gonna say, is
feel like-
everybody bald?
I got it. I mean, I
Got it.
got hair.
Let's see it.
Willie's got a lot. Willie's got a lot of it.
I got it.
I got my little skater,
Your little flow.
my little Justin Bieber bowl cut.
Yeah.
It's
That's
kind
in.
It's kind
The
of.
lacrosse bro cuts are in.
I played
Yeah.
lacrosse.
I should have
Relax,
guessed.
bro.
Should've-
I should have known.
Relax,
But you
bro.
talked about
Makes
how
sense.
hot it was and the sun damage and stuff. That's why.
Oh yeah.
It's
But you
also
guys are
part of the, it's
inside.
also part of the fashion. But our job is to work outside
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's functional.
and to not care about our hair.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, or do you guys just have really bad haircuts? Like there might not like.
I just let it grow out.
Yeah.
Like if you're in the barber industry, this is not
Oh.
the place to be.
There's only one barber in town.
We have one. Yeah, right there. I can see it.
And he probably has like
The cut and shoot.
nice.
And I think mostly it's just women that probably go in there, huh? Or is there guys that go in there
But
too?
the guys are so easy to cut here because they
Bzz, bzz,
yeah.
No fades.
see a 50.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be no fade. There's got to be no like blending or anything.
because you're
no.
wearing a cap.
No man bun.
If you don't, you'll you would get sunburnt, your ears,
Okay.
your neck.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Well,
Part of style.
now that
too.
it's functional, but I'm thinking from a style and aesthetic
Yeah.
reason. I was like, wow, there's a lot of hats here.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
great branding opportunity though. My number 2 thing that I noticed. So I've never been to an auction before, and I was like, I want to hear the guy like,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
I want to hear him talk
Yep.
fast, right? And actually, I started getting content on it. That was part of my
Nice.
algorithm thing. was
Oh,
like-
really? The
yeah,
auctioneer
I was
Dang.
like, cool. Weird how they do.
It is weird.
Yeah. And so I was like, that's what I wanted to see. And I was like, that was cool. But what I thought was even cooler were those guys on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Do they have a name? Is
The
that-
ring men.
The ring man? Ringmen.
The ring men.
Multiple.
They are a ring man, but all of them together are the ring men.
Are they part of the auctioneer company?
Sort
Or
of?
like, do they work?
Yeah, they work
together?
really tightly with the auctioneers.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there is a whole there's a whole amount of communication between the two. Because
Yeah.
everything they're trying to do is find out what price someone is willing to pay for that animal.
Yeah.
And so in the sale,
Half.
you'll notice it never
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
the halves,
Yeah.
doing the signs.
Yeah. I was trying to pick up on those. I couldn't get all of them. But I was like, I thought that I was going to just be staring at that auctioneer and being like, wow. But I was really just looking at
Yeah.
those guys and I was
Ring
like,
man.
this is amazing.
Yeah, so they're able, and the auctioneer is watching all of them and figuring out where his bid is,
Yeah.
who has it, what it's at, and then trying to figure out what 2 people are going to bid the
Yeah.
most. Is the
That was awesome.
being up in the block, which I was more up there this year than I ever have.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Was interesting of just listening to them and watching how they communicate with each other without anybody else knowing they're
Yeah,
communicating.
yeah.
The
I didn't
way that
realize
they
it.
use their hands.
I didn't know about
I
those
like this
signals, to
one.
be honest.
I like this
Yeah.
one. Where
See
did
ya.
I say?
Bye bye. He's done.
Yeah,
No more bid.
No.
Or
But like,
they'll-
can you come back? Can you say no and be like, actually, screw it.
Yeah, you can, but not.
It doesn't happen.
It only happened, I think, once yesterday.
Yeah.
That I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they like bid, and he was like, no, they went up to like 11,000. He was like, no, I was at 9.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so they had
yeah.
to. They're like, okay, somebody else has 10, so
Yeah.
you're too late.
Yeah. Oh
But-
my gosh. Yeah. But watching those guys was awesome. There was a guy in like the glasses. I was like, he was my favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been to almost more sales than anybody.
His like voice, I don't know. It's like umpires. Like they all have their own
is.
style.
Yeah, they do.
And I was like, his was the best. And I really enjoyed watching him. And I wanted to tell him, but like, how do you bring that up?
Yeah.
I
I
your
enjoyed
voice.
watching you. It's my first time here.
But it never ended. Someone was always talking. The auctioneer never stops.
Oh no.
And when the auctioneer stops is when my dad or I step in
Yeah.
Yeah.
and talk.
And
So
they
that's
don't,
part of the rhythm.
Right.
The rhythm.
which I was there for, I need this to be documented. I was there for 7 hours.
You were, and you hung in there. It was
And I was
incredible.
like-
I was like, wow, she's still here.
No. And I was like, I'm gonna hang out to the end to say that I made it to the end. And then it went long, and I was like, okay, like maybe 10 minutes or whatever. I kept going. I was like,
I gotta go.
I was thinking some bad thoughts. I was like, I've got to end this. Like,
Leave.
I was like going into a different universe. I was like, I'm gonna freaking lose it.
I know how you feel.
It felt that way. Yeah, this week has been pretty rough.
Pretty rough. But I mean, I thought that was a really interesting part of the sale that I just wasn't really expecting. But I thought it was honestly like one of my favorite parts. So if those guys are listening, you rule.
Yeah, there's some of them that do.
Heck
were
yeah,
talking
guy
about
in the
it.
glasses.
He's listened to some. I know he has. He
Yeah?
talked about it yesterday.
Oh my God, he's awesome. I'm his biggest fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
So I was
did you
really
get to
cool.
understand the aucunier at all? Did you start
Some
to
of
learn
them.
of it?
Yeah, like the numbers. Yeah, and that guy occasionally went like New Mexico, and I was like, okay, cool. But I mean, I didn't fully understand it.
Yeah.
But I could understand like the numbers.
Well, you can start practicing. If you say a number, pa-ba-dum pive, pi-ba-dum pive.
Oh, that's
And then,
Pi,
and
ba-dum,
then the-
pive.
and then the next one. So you're like 2,500 by 3,000. You do
Mighty
that,
pi.
and all you're saying is
3,000.
divided by.
divided by. All you have to, yeah. I can only do it to make someone think who has never heard it, make them think I know what I'm doing. But I have no idea.
Bye.
That's just pi-ba-dum pive.
Bye.
I feel like we're speaking in Latin right now.
Yeah, it is its own language.
Yeah.
So that
I mean,
was the second
they
one.
went to they've
It's
got to
it's a
have
school.
gone to
Yeah,
school.
it's a school.
Do the ring masters?
Ringman.
Ringmasters.
Ringman. There is. I
are
know
they
less
trained?
about their training. They
Guy in the glasses. Let me know.
some of them. Yeah, I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask him because I know less about them.
Or do you just like volunteer, then you just like get good at it? You know.
It might be part of it. That could be part of it.
I'm not discrediting what they're doing. I think it's
Right.
awesome. But like, anyways,
Yeah.
that was a really cool part of the sale that I was like, oh, I didn't think that I would enjoy that, but I did. And that brings me to my third point, which is gonna tie into the chocolate milk. We're coming back.
Yes, I love chocolate milk.
Nobody drinks water.
I drink a bunch of water, but like most people, you'll see them all drinking Dr. Peppers. I had like half a Dr. Pepper, and I was like, bad idea. I need like 4 waters.
Everybody
to
was
make up for the
drinking a
damage.
Coke or ranch fuel.
Yeah. Like nobody had a water bottle. Like
think
I always
that's
carry
part
Old
of-
Faithful with me, but it's like,
I lost mine. I had 2 Yetis, and I left one in Utah. Well, then they gave me that one, but then the one that I brought up, I left there, and the one that they gave me back, both in the truck. So
Well, yeah,
don't get Willie a Yeti. He will lose it.
Oh.
I think
got the
more.
manual.
I think the sales like this are a little bit of a vacation,
Really?
and so when you go on vacation,
Yeah.
I don't know. You may drink water. You're a dietitian, so.
I do. I mean, you just feel so good.
But whenever I go on vacation, water is not the. I'm like, all right.
What?
I'm on vacation.
If I
Give
go
me
on
a Dr.
vacation, I'm
Pepper.
gonna
Really?
drink something that I don't normally drink.
Like what?
Dr. Pepper.
I'll have a Coke. I'll have
Like a Coke or a soda Coke?
soda Coke. What do you? I don't know what to do. I'll have a
Like a
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola?
I'll have a
Okay.
Coke. I'm a Coca-Cola guy.
Yeah.
So I'll have a Coca-Cola on my, like if I'm heading on vacation, give me a Coca-Cola
Okay.
or
A Diet Coke? A Coke Zero? This is like huge.
Yeah.
Zero.
Okay.
Coke Zero guy.
I feel like, and not to stereotype, but I feel like guys like Coke Zero and girls like Diet Cokes.
I agree. Never.
I don't
thought-
like
Why?
I've
either
never
of
had to
them.
think of it,
I don't know
but
why. Yeah.
I just like
I
Coke
agree.
Original or regular Coke.
Full sugar.
Full sugar.
straight. Yeah. At my house, we have Coke Zero.
I've noticed
Yeah.
that.
Zero. Yeah.
I've heard it tastes better. I don't, unfortunately, like Coke in general.
Yeah.
I just like Dr. Pepper.
I'm a Dr. Pepper girl, or I'm a sweet tea girl.
I love
I
sweet
will
I do
omit
love sweet
all
tea.
soda for a
How
sweet
bad
tea.
is sweet tea for me?
So bad, but like it's so good, you guys.
Chocolate milk, I'll stick with you.
Gosh, but like, I love a sweet tea.
Me too.
That is like my like when you crack open a can of Coke, you're like, like a
So
sweet
good.
Yeah,
tea. Oh
it's-
my gosh.
Sweet tea is so
That's the
good.
stuff.
So especially down here, I'm sure it's amazing.
It's a
Fowler's
yeah, it's
has great sweet tea.
Yep.
Like it's probably so viscous too, of like just almost not holding its fluid
Because
abilities.
it's so much sugar.
Yeah, and you add
Yeah.
a drop more sugar and it just like solidifies.
Yeah,
But
that
like
happens.
that's probably the best ones. That's why
So
I
good.
I love coming on vacations in the South. Yeah, I guess this is a vacation, but like I love it because of the sweet tea. But
the sweet tea is
yeah.
amazing.
Anyways, you guys don't drink a lot of water.
We do at the ranch.
Yeah. I can normally, I was getting me like a gallon.
Okay.
I'll drink that a day.
Okay,
It's,
good.
I mean, as hot as it is, you kind of have to.
That's what I was gonna. So that was like my concern. I'm like, is this normal drinking habits? I was just like looking around. I was like, nobody's drinking water. Like
Yeah.
this can be a really easy fix.
Yeah.
But it seems like you guys are pretty good about that.
Yeah, I think we have to. You
I have
just
to with
wouldn't
the
make it.
creatine, or the creatine won't work. You
Yeah,
gotta
you
be
wouldn't make
hydrated,
it.
right?
That's a myth. I mean, you
Wait,
should
really?
be that. I mean, you should be well hydrated in general,
Mm-hmm.
but creatine doesn't dehydrate you.
I thought
But I would still. I would still.
Keep
I mean,
doing what I'm
wait, hold
doing.
on. Yeah, I would still keep doing what you're doing though. Yeah, I think it would be really hard for you guys to overhydrate, given how much that. I mean,
Yeah, it
Yes,
hasn't
how
happened.
hot it is.
Yes, it would
Hasn't
be
happened to me yet.
hard. No, it would be
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my like kind of third tip related to chocolate milk hydration. Like, that's such a low hanging fruit of.
Water. All right, as we wind down, any last tips for people in the industry, or those listening, kind of in our part of the world? Any last tips or comments?
Yeah, honestly, I think really my biggest comment is if you, and so I'm biased working with athletes, but I've really had this thought a lot recently of just because you don't play a ball sport doesn't mean that you're not an athlete. I think you've actually commented on this before too, of like, are Cowboys athletes? And I think the immediate answer is like, no, like what could you possibly, be athletic for? The more I'm realizing it's when you break it down technically, like you kind of are. And we're expanding from a sports nutrition side into untraditional athletic space. So it's
Yeah.
working with tactical athletes, people in the military, first responders. But I think this even extends towards like driving sports, like NASCAR, Formula One, Western sports. I don't know,
Yeah.
like
Rodeo.
rodeo. I gotta go to my ranch rodeo.
You got to hit your first ranch rodeo. Yeah.
Have you been to a regular rodeo?
Yes, but I have not been to a ranch rodeo, which I think is very different.
It is different.
Yes.
It's different.
Yeah. But anyways, like thinking about your day-to-day activity is very similar to an athlete who trains. You just don't train for an event. You're just like doing it all the time. So like manual labor and doing all that, I think counts too. So like if you're able to switch that mentality of like, oh, I don't want to go on a diet to like lose weight. It's like, I need to eat properly to fuel my body. I need to hydrate so that way I don't die, but also like I'm mentally clear, I'm physically well, I don't cramp up, my muscles are nice and lubricated. Like when we think and reshift our mindset to that, I think that brings a whole different level to nutrition. So sometimes when you do need to, carbs are bad, it's like, well, no, like I'm out on the field all day, like I need that. Like I think that really helps alleviate a lot of the stress and anxiety around food, which is a whole nother thing, but
Yeah.
also not good. And I think that's the biggest thing that I would encourage a lot of people in the ranching industry is to move away from. It's like, you're not just some average, like work 40 hours a week, like corporate job, like
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
active all the time. And I realized like, I'm like, oh, like Monday through Friday, like do you guys get like PTO or like weekends off or anything?
We get every other weekend.
Yeah, but some people are like, the folks who live on their ranch is like, you do it every day.
Yeah.
You have to wake up early every day. Like
Yeah.
you don't get to sleep in. So you have to start thinking about that as like a well-oiled machine. So I think the biggest thing is if you reframe from like diet and exercise to fueling and training as an athlete would, I think that would help a lot. So yeah.
I like that. Well, cool. welcome to Texas.
Yeehaw! Yee to the ha.
Don't ever do that again. Any final comments, Willie?
I do not like Mallart's, but I do like chocolate milk. And now that I know that's healthy, and so is beef, what more can
I think you might get jacked just from that.
Chocolate milk, beef, of course,
and carrots.
All right, brown beef, so it's quality beef.
Absolutely.
Carrots and beans.
And
that's gonna be my diet.
I love it.
That's right.
Christina Chu, where can they find you on the socials?
You can find me at Christina Y. Chu.
You're good? Christina Y. Chu.
Yeah. Can't forget it.
You've been listening to the Registered Ranchin' Podcast. Check it out. Learn more about your food. I've been so interested. And as you can tell, so is Willie today.
Yeah, we need part 2. Ew.
Drink that ranch feel.
Ew.
Use code Tucker Brown as a discount. Check out the new website, registeredranchin.com. Get you a cap. Christina's going to leave with one.
Oh.
Shoo! Registered Ranchin' cap. You've been listening to the Registered Ranchin' Podcast. We love you. God bless. Y'all stay classy. And remember,
ranch on them.
That was loud. Y'all ranch on them.
I didn't mean to make it that loud. Sorry.
Let's go get an awesome burrito.
Let's go get some chocolate milk and go load some bowls.
I'm so hungry. See y'all.
Registered ranching all the time. You can't turn me down. I am the microphone. Too loud. Too loud.